Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear brothers and sisters, if you are here today, it is not by chance. Perhaps you are married, maybe engaged, perhaps single but worried about what is happening to Muslim marriage. Welcome to Muslim Married Life, a space for remembrance, lucidity, and mercy. A channel where they don't just talk about rights and responsibilities, more than hearts, of silences, and of what happens when nobody's watching. Before going any further, let's take a moment together. Subscribe to this channel, like this video, share it with those around you, not for the numbers, but because the Muslim home is under attack, sometimes from the outside, but very often from the inside through ignorance, fatigue, and forgetting Allah in human relations. The reform of the Ummah does not begin with political speeches. She begins in the living room. In the way a husband looks at his wife, and in the way a wife listens to her husband. Today we are talking about a discrete evil, an illness that does not leave bruises on the skin, but deep cracks in the soul, emotional neglect in Muslim marriage. A wedding can look perfect on social media. The photos are beautiful, the children are well dressed, the expenses are covered. But behind the walls, there may be a heavy silence, a coldness that even praying side by side no longer warms. Putting words to a silent evil, emotional neglect is often misunderstood because it does not resemble obvious forms of injustice. This is not a hit. It is not a shouted insult. This is not a material abandonment. It's something more subtle, and sometimes even more destructive. It is do not listen even when the other person is speaking. It's responding with yes and without ever looking up. It is no more questions because we think we already know the answer. It is no longer showing affection, not out of hatred, but through negligence, through habit, through exhaustion. It means ignoring your partner's emotional needs by hiding behind excuses. I work hard. I'm tired. He or she is exaggerating. Emotional neglect is living under the same roof, sharing the bills, sometimes even the children. More no longer sharing his inner world. Many Muslim couples pray together, but they no longer speak to each other from the heart. Many share a bed, but feel alone the moment they close their eyes. And most seriously, this is because this situation is often standardized, accepted as couple life, when in reality it is a warning signal. Real-life examples. When words fail, hearts speak. Let's take a first example. A Muslim woman, married for 10 years, calmly said, "My husband provides for all my material needs, but he never asks me how I am." She is not speaking angrily. She doesn't complain loudly. But her eyes say something else. She is not defeated. She is not financially abandoned. She has a house, children, and apparent stability. More, no one sits with her to listen to her heart. Every day she pretends to be fine, and every night she feels a little more invisible. Second example, a father said, "When I talk to my wife, she's always on her phone. I feel invisible in my own home." He doesn't ask for much, not praise, not speeches, just a glance, attention, a moment when he feels considered. These stories are not uncommon. They have even become commonplace. And that's precisely what's worrying. The causes, understand before judging. Emotional neglect does not always stem from bad intentions. Often it is the result of lack. 1. Lack of emotional education. In many Muslim families, we learn very early on to be strong, to take it, to keep quiet. We learn to work hard, we learn to respect the rules, we learn to pray, to fast, but we almost never learn to express one's emotions in a healthy way, listen without interruption, to recognize vulnerability as a strength. The result? Married adults, sometimes devout, more emotionally illiterate. 2. Misunderstanding of Islamic roles. Some sincerely believe, I pay the rent, I feed my family, so I've done my duty. But Islam has never reduced the role of the husband to that of a wallet, nor that of the wife to a silent presence. The Prophet ﷺ was tender. He was listening. He sat down. He was reassuring. He was not emotionally absent under the pretext of responsibility. 3. Stress, work, and the race to the dunya. The dunya takes up a lot of space, but above all, it flies the presence. Work steals time. The phone steals attention. Fatigue steals away gentleness. And little by little, we only talk about the essentials now. We only look at each other out of habit now. Without realizing it, the heart goes into standby mode. The Qur'an's teaching on emotion in marriage. When Allah speaks to hearts before speaking to rules, when Allah, may He be glorified and exalted, speaks about marriage in the Qur'an, it doesn't begin with rights. It doesn't begin with obligations. It does not begin with authority or responsibility. It begins with the human heart. Allah said, "And among His signs is that He created for you mates from among yourselves, that you may find tranquility in them, and He placed between you affection and mercy." Surah Ar-Rum, verse 21. This verse is often recited at weddings, often heard, but rarely meditated deeply. Allah said, "I am a saint," among His signs. Marriage is not just a social contract, it's a divine sakinah, sacred space. Then Allah speaks of peace. Sakinah is not just the absence of conflict. This is the emotional security, the feeling that your heart can find rest in the other person without fear of being judged, ignored, or crushed. Next comes mawaddah. Mawaddah is not a silent and closed-off love. It's love expressed, visible, demonstrated. A love that is spoken, shown, and felt. Then Allah speaks of mercy. Rahmah is active compassion. It is loving the other person even when they are tired, even when he is irritable, even when he's not at his best. Without emotion, without attention to the heart, He didn't say anything. This is mawaddah. This is mercy. A home devoid of emotion is not neutral. It contradicts the divine intention of marriage. The Prophet, the supreme model of emotional intelligence. The strongest man was also the most sensitive. If someone had the right to be distant, busy, overwhelmed by responsibilities, it was indeed the Prophet, leader of the Ummah, messenger of Allah, responsible for an entire community. And yet, he was emotionally present. Aisha, may Allah be pleased with her, reported that the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said to her, "I know when you're happy with me and when you're angry." This hadith is shocking. For what? Because it shows a man who observes his wife's emotions, who do not minimize them, who do not despise them. He did not say, "You're exaggerating." He did not say, "It's nothing." He acknowledges his inner state. He was observing, he was listening, he genuinely cared. And the Prophet summarized all marital success in one clear sentence: "The best among you is the best towards your family." Tirmidhi, he did not say the most authoritarian, the most feared, the richest, more the most emotionally caring. This completely changes the definition of male and female success in Islam. Consequences of emotional neglect. When the heart detaches before the body, emotional neglect is never without consequences. It acts slowly, like an invisible crack in a wall. First, there is the distance effective. We talk less, we understand each other less, we no longer confide in each other. Then come the external temptations, because the human heart naturally seeks where he feels listened to, valued, recognized. Then there is the silent depression. Pious husbands and wives who pray, who fast, but who cry alone. The silent anger is being installed. No shouting, no explosion, just a heart that closes. And finally, what many don't see coming happens. The emotional divorce. Well before the official divorce. Two people still married on paper, but separated in spirit. Practical Islamic advice. Small acts, big repairs. Listen without judging. Listening in Islam is an act of charity, sadaqah. Sometimes the other person isn't looking for a solution, but just a presence. Expressing love verbally. The Prophet clearly stated, "Oh Aisha, I love you." Unexpressed love eventually leads to doubt. Spending quality time, no wasted time, no time for the phone, but real, sincere time, even if short. Making dua for one's spouse. The dua purifies the heart. One cannot sincerely make dua for someone and continue to deliberately neglect it. Message to Muslim hunters and wives. The essential reminder. A strong Muslim home is not built on fear, but on the mercy, the patience, listen, the candy. Never forget, Being emotionally present is an ibadah. It is an act of worship that is often overlooked, but immensely rewarded. Returning to the essence of marriage in Islam. Dear brothers and sisters, emotional neglect becomes haram when it destroys, even if she is silent, even if it is culturally tolerated. Islam does not only ask us to live under the same roof, more than to take care of the hearts entrusted to us by Allah. Before we part, we remind you, the entire Muslim public. Subscribe Chain Muslim. Married life, like this video, share it around you, so that the Muslim world remains disciplined, faithful to in religion, and attached to its culture and its values. May Allah repair our homes, that He fill our homes with peace, and that He may make our marriages a path towards the Jannah. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.